الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وزوجه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين سلم تسليما كثيرا. ما بعد, we praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and we ask Allah to exalt the ministry and grant peace and send His blessings and salutations upon Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, on his companions, his wives, and all those who follow them on the path of righteousness until the end of time. As to what follows, we continue with the discussion on the book Mukhtasar Minhaaj Al-Qaasideen alayhi rahmatullah, and we are in the process of initiating the discussion on Kitab al-Hajj wa asrarihi wa fadailihi wa adabihi wa nahwi dhalik. The chapter on Hajj, the secrets of Hajj, the virtues of Hajj, the etiquettes of Hajj, and things of that sort. He says, rahimahullah, ينبغي لمن أراد الحج أن يبدأ بالتوبة ورد المظالم وقضاء الديون وإعداد النفقة لكل من تلزمه نفقته إلى وقت الرجوع ويرد ما عنده من الودائع. It's incumbent on the person who wants to perform Hajj to begin with repentance. You begin with repentance. You may say, well, I want to go for Hajj so I can repent. Right? Hajj is the opportunity for repentance. And once you're there, that's what comes to mind. That's why you find many Muslims who, may Allah rectify our condition, who don't pray, they don't fast. They may practice 10% of Islam. And whether they express that verbally or they keep it to themselves, in their mind, when I'm 45, 50 years old, I'll go to Hajj once, and I'll be a newborn baby, and all my sins will be forgiven, and then I will start practicing Islam. Many people, believe it or not, think this way. This is the way they think, which is very strange. It's very strange for many reasons. What is the first reason? Why is this thinking incorrect? Good. There's no guarantee that Hajj will be accepted. You may go for Hajj and beat up the bus driver, which happens very often. Khalas. Hajj ended right there.
Maybe he will die before Hajj.
That's the second reason. Who guarantees that someone will live till 40, 50? So we can neither guarantee our endurance in this life up until that point, nor can we guarantee that we will perform Hajj as would be pleasing to Allah. And so we could live that long and do a bad Hajj, or we may not even live. So that is a terrible way of thinking. That's why many of the ulama, they say that Hajj is obligatory as soon as you can afford it. There's no delay. Mubasharatan. Once you have the fulus, and you have the transportation and the arrangement, don't say I'm going to do Hajj next year. Once you have it, ala al-fawr, as the ulama say, it's instantly obligatory on you to do Hajj. Until we have some reasons that prevent us from doing Hajj, we have the excuse. We're excused by Allah. Because Allah said, لِمَنِ اسْتَطَاعَ عَلَيْهِ سَبِيلًا. And the sabil, as the ulama explained, is that you have the financial ability, you have some money to look after your family members while you're gone, and you have the means to go there. Now the means have become easy. Alhamdulillah. And you have the trains and buses and airplanes and cars and motorcycles and dabab, bicycle, you can even walk, Yashik. So, alhamdulillah, it's been facilitated. But other things, we have to take care of. So the Shaykh said we should begin with tawbah then. Before we actually go for Hajj, we should do tawbah to Allah from all of our sins and then begin Hajj. Not wait till we get there, because we may never get there. وَرَدِّ الْمَظَالِمِ. Who can translate that? We've mentioned this expression in many classes. Specifically when we deal with tawbah. We say tawbah has shurut tawbah. And the last one is رَدُّ الْمَظَالِمِ. Anyone remembers? No one remembers? You guys came to the khutbah yesterday, huh? Yeah, I mentioned that in the khutbah, huh? Returning people's rights. Huh? Remember it now. The next time I'm going to ask, inshallah, if you don't know, you'll be banned. Radd al-Madhalim is, Radd is to return. Radd al-Salam, to return the Salam. You say Salam alaikum, Radd al-Salam, same, wa alaikum salam. Madhalim is something which you've wrongfully acquired. You've gotten something from someone in an unfair manner. This is mazlama, something you've taken wrongfully. So Radd al-Madhalim is returning the things which you have taken unlawfully, giving them back to their owners. This is what is intended. وَإِعْدَادِ النَّفَقَةِ وَقَضَاءِ الدُّيُونِ. What is قضاء الدُّيُونِ? Only good at filming, huh? Come on, brother. Wait. We need him to work his brain out. Yalla. قضاء. Take it easy, Hajj. طريق يا حج, طريق. قضاء. Huh? You're on camera, yalla, be careful, you're gonna become famous after this. For not knowing the answer. Anyone else? I'll skip you this time, but be ready for something else, inshallah. Huh? Just to make your life exciting, I think it's flavor. Na'am ya muhandis. Paying the debt. Huh? Is that true? طيب. What is debt in English? In Arabic? Dain. It says here duyun. It's plural. صح? So paying back the debts. Which means, as many of the ulama say, if you owe someone 5,000 riyals, and it costs you 5,000 riyals to perform Hajj, what do? You pay the money back first. You pay the money back first before you do Hajj. Say, how come? This is Hajj and Faridah and it's once in a lifetime and this and that. We say the rights of the Adamiyyin, Huquq al-Adamiyyin, has to be given precedence. Because Allah has allowed you to wait until you're able to. However, the person wants his money back. And if you were to die while owing that person money, you will cause trouble for yourself and for your inheritors, who have to now maybe come up with the money to pay them, because you were borrowed money, meaning you're not rich. So now when you die, people have to come and collect money to pay on your behalf. You had the money, pay back people's debts. And then when you have surplus of money of your own, you do Hajj. Or the other solution is seek their permission. Say, Mister, I owe you 5,000 riyals and I want to do Hajj. I have 5,000 riyals. If you allow me to do Hajj and I'll pay you later, Jazakallah khairan. If not. If he says, "Ma fi mushkila, I can wait, go for Hajj," Barakallahu lak. Otherwise, give the people their money back. Don't withhold their money. He may be in need of the money more than you. You go in there doing Hajj, drinking juice and eating cake with his money, and he's sitting there, he's borrowing money now from other people because he lent you money. وإعداد النفقة لكل من تلزمه نفقة إلى وقت الرجوع. You should also prepare the spending money to in regards to all of those upon whom it's obligatory for you to spend on, which is wife and kids and parents. So you have to make sure that they have their need fulfilled. Don't just leave them and say, "Wallah, you'll manage. I'm just going to go do Hajj and you can fast for the next, 10 days or whatever I'm gone." Ma fi mushkila. They have the right to be provided with a nafaqah. And then, until you return, وَيَرُدُّ مَا عِنْدَهُ مِنَ الْوَدَاعِ. If you have been holding some, you've been entrusted with some items, or you're holding some people's personal stuff, give it back to them. Just in case you don't return, then you wouldn't have anything that belongs to people, their property, in your possession. Give it back to the original owners. ويستصحب من المال الحلال ما يكفيه لذهابه ورجوعه من غير تقتير على وجه يمكنه معه توسع في الزاد والرفق بالفقراء. What does it have in your book? Does it say وجه or وجه أو على وجه؟ ما في مشكلة. And you take with you halal money, lawful money. It's sufficient for you
to be able to go and come back without being miserly. Yani take enough for you to be able to take care of yourself. Don't go in a state of being needy so that you will not become a burden upon other Muslims. Which is sadly what we see today. People come just to beg. Their whole Hajj is begging. وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ. Just asking for money, collecting money, and asking for I don't know how many days they do this. And they stay around after Hajj is over, and they continue their begging expedition for Allah knows how long. And then of course, there are some agencies who have done some studies. They find that these people go back home and they live in castles. They live in some fancy mansion from money they collected begging. Just to know what's out there. Now I'm not discouraging anyone from giving sadaqah. Give sadaqah, jazakallah khair. But you may want to be a little more selective about who to give the sadaqah to. And you see some amazing things. I was with my family yesterday in the car, getting some gas. And there are these young kids who are selling chewing gum. Hello? Beautiful little kids. So, I'm not saying this because I did anything special. Any one of you would do this, but just to share the benefit. I mean, ask Allah to give me sincerity. But the bottom line is, I decided to give them some money, nothing major. But just to give some sadaqah. I find these people are more deserving than the ones who will come at the window at the traffic light. These ones are trying to work. They're little kids, but they're trying to work. Versus people that, you see nothing wrong with them. Or even if something wrong with him, he's just asking for money. And it was this little girl, little tiny girl, maybe she's 5-6 years old. And I have a 5-6-year-old girl in the back. She's wearing a hijab and everything. Said, كيف الحال? Said, Alhamdulillah, mashallah. She's selling gums, Alhamdulillah. This is the first answer. So I gave her some money. I said, take this. And so she wanted to give me gum. I told her, I don't want gum. Just take the money. So she threw the gum in the car and she ran away. So she's trained not to take money without giving you something. And then we gave her ma'mool, so we saw her go sit in the corner and eat the ma'mool, and that's it. So it's an amazing experience, but you feel that this is the kind of person that you want to give something to. So when you see these ladies pushing a cart, collecting some wooden stuff, with some boxes, some cans, they're trying to do something to sell it. This is the person you probably want to give your money to. Not someone who waits for 50 million cars a day, knocking on each window, 1 riyal, 1 riyal. By the time the day is over, Allah knows how much they have. And Allah knows whether they are qualified for the sadaqah or not. But if you want to give, ajruka ala Allah. No one can say that your sadaqah is gone to waste. Allah will give you according to your niyyah, but you may not want to support this kind of conduct. So, be more selective. Barakallahu feek, to whom you give money. Ala kulli hal, the Shaykh said, enough to allow you to go and come back without being miserly. In a manner, على وجه يمكنه معه التوسع في الزاد, so that you can actually expand in your spending. You can eat and you have your work taken care of. وَالرِّفْقِ بِالْفُقَرَاءِ, and you can also be kind to the poor. So if you go on Hajj and you got some fulus, don't take less than required. No. Take more money and spend. And go buy food for the people. See them standing in line, people sitting on the side of the street or whatever, and you have some money to buy bake. The bake is like the biggest fitna of Hajj. I didn't know it until you see what's going on with it. What's going on with this bake? Even people make jokes about it, which is inappropriate actually, because it has the ibadah, and you don't want to bring the ibadat and the expressions of ibadat into the games and the jokes of the people. But it's really bad in this regard. So these people on the side of the street, you have 100 riyals, barakallah feek, you can buy a few boxes, you go give it to them. This could be the best thing you do in your whole Hajj. No one knows. Subhanallah. So the Shaykh said, وَالرِّفْقُ بِالْفُقَرَاءِ, you can be kind and generous with the poor. وَيَسْتَصْحِبُ مَا يُصْلِحُهُ كَالسِّوَاكِ وَالْمِشْطِ وَالْمِرْآةِ وَالْمِكْحَلِ. And you should take that which will rectify your appearance, such as the siwak for your teeth, والمشط. What is misht? Where is mine? Huh? You gotta have one of these, especially the bearded brothers. Huh? Either for your hair, but if you don't have hair, then for your beard. Huh? You gotta make that beard look nice. So much, maybe you get it from the pharmacy for 4 or 5 riyals, but this is a must for a man. At least they had it back then, still available till today. والمرآة, and a mirror. Huh? And a mirror. And just for the benefit of the brothers who use smartphones, okay, on the Android market, there's an application called Swiss Army Knife. Swiss Army Knife. It's an amazing application, maybe 600 kilobytes. And one of the features on this thing is a mirror. It turns the front camera of your phone into a mirror. So if you ever need a mirror and you don't have, a real mirror in the bathroom or something, you pull out your phone and you turn it. I can show it to you actually, just so you will see what I'm talking about. And so you can see yourself. This is the application. It's an amazing application, it's for the record. And look here, it says mirror. See? You see yourself? And then you can actually zoom in, zoom out, and you can make the lighting even more effective. And it also has a magnifying glass. So if you have bad sight and you want to read something on the back of a candy or something that is very small, it enlarges it for you. Huh? So, barakallahu feekum. And using the dunya, the matters of the dunya for the deen is a good thing. I don't know about iPhone, but don't go off the track. Stick on the track, chief. Anyway, so mir'at, this is modern mir'at. Can't take a glass one so it won't break, your phone will do the job. Wal-mikhala, which is an abandoned sunnah nowadays, the mikhala for your eyes, right? For the eyelashes, particularly. وَيُتَصَدَّقُ بِشَيْءٍ قَبْلَ خُرُوجِهِ. The Shaykh suggested that you give some sadaqah before you leave. وإذا ترك فليظهر للجمال فليظهر الجمال كل ما يريد أن يحمله من قليل وكثير. And once you decide to go, to take off, then you should present to the Jamal. Jamal back then is the person who will be taking care of the camels, the one who's leading the caravan, in other words. You should present to him everything that you intend on carrying, be it a lot or a little, whether it is something big or something small. And he said, وَقَدْ قَالَ رَجُلٌ لِابْنِ الْمُبَارَكِ احْمِلْ لِي هَذِهِ الرِّقْعَةَ إِلَى فُلَانٍ فَقَالَ حَتَّى أَسْتَأْذِنِ الْجَمَّالِ. One person told Ibn al-Mubarak, Abdullah ibn al-Mubarak, rahimahullah, he said, take this cloth with you to this person. He said, no, not until I seek permission from the Jamal. In modern days, you don't go with surprises. So when you're going on a bus with a group, you don't be taking some extra luggage and you leave other people with no space for their luggage. And some people only think about themselves. They bring 3, 4 bags, or even when coming back they bring zamzam, zamzam, so much zamzam that they wind up not giving anybody else any space. They sit and put it on the seats and put it at the bottom and put it on the top of the bus, and other people are all crammed up at the fit because the bottles are sitting over there. But did you tell the bus driver that you'll be bringing this stuff and he told you this is fine, there's room for it? No. So these are from the etiquettes which are almost forgotten nowadays. It's all like nafsi, myself, everybody else, they will figure it out on their own. وينبغي أن يلتبس رفيقا صالحا محبا للخير معينا عليه إن نسي ذكره وإن ذكر أعانه أو وإن ذكر أعانه وإن ضاق صدره صبره. Beautiful. And you should go fetching for a righteous, loving, or a person who's loving or who loves righteousness. Yani find a good person, a righteous person who's inclined towards goodness. That's a better way to put it. محبا للخير. معينا عليه, someone who will aid you and assist you in doing good. Why? If you forget, he will remind you. And how often does that happen? It's always nice to be sitting with someone who, as soon as you pick up the soda drink with your left hand, he says, hey, right hand please. And you're like, oh. And of course, you know the old story. Brother, my hand is greasy. My hand is greasy. Have you seen this one before? You give him, he's drinking Pepsi or whatever that thing is, or glass, cup, anything with the left hand. You tell him, "Akhi, drink with the right." He said, "My other hand is greasy." So he will drink with the left hand like this and put his finger. You've seen this one? He'll put his finger here and drink. Say, "What is this?" Said, "I'm drinking now with both hands." Say, "This is only one finger, man. There's no magical finger in Islam that will convert this left to right." And then the other answer is, "Akhi, when you finished with this Pepsi, do you take it home as a souvenir? Maybe you put it on top of the TV if you have one, or you put it on, you sleep next to it." Said, "No, what do you do with it?" "I throw it in the trash." "طيب, get it greasy, ya Sheikh. You're going to put it in the trash? But let the grease all over it. Put rice all around it, and meat, and chicken, and whatever you want, and when you're done, throw it in the trash." No. Wallahi, brother. Even if it's a glass, were you going to wash the glass, or you weren't going to wash the glass? You were going to wash the glass. You put your greasy mouth on it, then hold the glass at home with your greasy hand. There's no excuse except the shaitan will insist, because if you eat with the left hand, he's going to eat with you. So he will give the person 100 reasons why it's okay to eat and drink with the left hand. And it takes a man to realize that he's wrong and just to do it with the right hand, irrespective of what's going on. How did we get here? A righteous one who reminds you when you forget. Hey. And when he reminds you, he aids you. He reminds you, he will assist you in carrying out this reminder. And if you become tight-chested, or your chest is constricted, then he will give you patience. He will remind you of patience. Sabara, isbir ya fulan, alhamdulillah, look at other people, we are in better condition. This kind of companion, not the other one. وَلْيُؤَمِّرِ الرُّفَقَاءَ أو الرُّفَقَاءُ عَلَيْهِمْ أَحْسَنُهُمْ أو أَحْسَنَهُم خُلُقًا. And let those, of course, when in Islam, when we have a group of 3 and more or more, we're going to have one Amir. So when we choose this Amir, we should choose the one who is what? According to the Shaykh, best in character. Right? There's a good reason for that one. You don't want Mr. upset and angry all the time to be the Amir. And because he may tell you some wild things. Every time he gets mad, he issues some wrong commands. Do 10 push-ups. Everybody. Sheikh, khalas. Don't bring this kind of Amir. Find someone who's nice and easy. He won't give you a hard time. وَأَرْفَقُهُمْ بِالْأَصْحَابِ. And he's the most kind and considerate towards his companions. وَإِنَّمَا احْتِيجَ إِلَى التَّأْمِيرِ لِأَنَّ الْآرَاءَ تَخْتَلِفُ. Why this concept exists in Islam, which is a beautiful concept? Why would you need an Amir if you're going on a small journey? Because opinions differ. People have different opinions. I want to eat at this restaurant, and he wants to eat at that restaurant. And some people now, we can be friends. Friends don't have a problem. They will sort it out. But sometimes you go with people that are not your friends. So if he wants to eat this kind of food and you want to eat that kind of food, you must have a decisive statement by someone in authority. This is why الرجال قوامون على النساء. There has to be a leader, a mudir in the house. If the man was a mudir and the woman was a mudir, mini dir, we'll have a disaster, man. The kid would not know to which school to go. The mother wants this school and the father wants that school. And the mother wants this and the father wants that. And he has to obey both. But when one person calls the shots and the other party has to abide and adhere, then the problem is solved. Of course, that doesn't mean a man becomes a dictator. He consults his wife and he takes her opinion and he gives it value and importance. But at the end of the day, he's the mudir. And therefore his say is the authoritative one. Now, فلا ينتظم التدبير وعلى الأمير الرفق بالقوم والنظر في مصالحهم وأن يجعل نفسه وقاية لهم. Yeah, so there will be lack of organization because of difference of opinion and lack of organization. You need one Amir. However, this Amir has to be kind towards his people. He should look after the benefits, that which benefits them, their well-being in other words, and he should make himself like a protector for them. He should protect them from anything which is harmful. وينبغي للمسافر تطيب الكلام وإطعام الطعام وإظهار محاسن الأخلاق، فإن السفر يخرج خفايا الباطن، ومن كان في السفر الذي هو مظنة الضجر حسن الخلق كان في الحضر أحسن خلقا أو أحسن خلقا. He said, and it is incumbent on the traveler to choose the best of words, the sweetest of words. And he should feed the food, he should feed of whatever he has. And he should display the most noble of character, the best character. Because traveling will bring out the hidden. And you can be Mr. Nice Guy until you travel. And you're being tested, you're tired, and this, and then all the things which you usually hide from the people, they come out, they're like, whoa, that's the same guy we used to hang out with, what happened? The Sheikh said, so whoever, if a person is during travel, which is a time when you'll be bored often, he has good character, that means that when he is not traveling, he is definitely of a better character. Because you're expected to be the worst while you're traveling. And the Prophet ﷺ said, السفر يعني قطعة من العذاب. Until now, subhanallah, traveling is like a portion of torture. Even though we have modern aircrafts and we have this, still when we travel, life is tough. You have to go to the airport on time and boarding pass, and you have the bag, and you're wearing clothes that you usually don't wear, and you're trying to look nice while on the plane because you have a meeting when you get there and you cannot look lousy, and you have the stewardess, you don't want to deal with those, the flight attendants, all these females going back and forth, it's all adab. Until you make it to your destination, where's the masjid? Then you go to the hotel, people smoking and music all over the place, and it's like, I just want to go back home. Nothing like wife and kids and the cozy home of yours. So even though travel now could be one day, you still suffer in this travel. Subhanallah. So that doesn't change. Sunnatullah fil safar. And if you observe the dua of the Prophet ﷺ, وَنَعُوذُ بِكَ مِنْ وَعْثَاءِ السَّفَرِ وَكَآبَةِ الْمَنْظَرِ وَسُوءِ الْمُنْقَلَبِ فِي الْمَالِ وَالْأَهْلِ. The dua of the Prophet ﷺ in general, in regards to travel, shows you all of that. It shows you what are the elements of torture in the actual travel. Now, وَقَدْ قِيلَ إِذَا أثني أو إذا أثنى على الرجل معاملوه في الحضر ورفقاؤه في السفر فلا تشكوا في صلاحه. Beautiful. It was said, if a person has been praised by the people who deal with him in his residency, meaning while he's a resident, and he's been praised by his companions during travel, then do not doubt his righteousness. Don't doubt his righteousness. Definitely a righteous man. If the people that deal with him locally praise him, and those who travel with him praise him, it's a done deal. وينبغي له أن يودع رفقاءه وإخوانه المقيمين ويلتمس أدعيتهم ويجعل خروجه بكرة يوم الخميس وليصلي في منزله ركعتين قبل الخروج منه ويستودع أهله وماله. And it is incumbent on him to give farewell to his companions and his resident brothers. And he should also seek their dua. Now let's do a quick test here before y'all fall asleep. Who knows the dua of the muqim to the musafir? You are muqim, you're staying, and your friend is traveling. He's going back home or he's going somewhere to Riyadh. What is the dua that you're supposed to say to this person? Wait, first, those who know, raise your hands. I just want to have small statistics here. 2 people. Huh? Fi amanillah. Ya Shaykh. That was a good one, brother. No. Barakallah fi. Of course, this is locally, yes. Now, this is a homemade, customized dua. Ma fi mushkila. We're not saying it's wrong. But we want the dua from the sunnah. By the way, they say Manila, Allahu A'lam, in the Philippines. Manila comes from Amanillah. I don't know how authentic this information, but just in case someone wants that. Anybody else? You over there hiding? Yes, sir. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Now if I were to ask you brothers, what are the Western expressions of giving farewell? Then you hear, ciao, hasta la vista, bye-bye, see you later, take care of yourself, have a safe journey, have a safe trip. Someone will enumerate, mashallah, tabarakallah, all languages. Some people actually memorize these things. They memorize all the cursing words of all other languages and all the things that have to do with food and hello and goodbye. Someone will tell you, I speak French. You say, yeah, he speaks of French. He will tell you, marhaban, goodbye, then he will curse you out. Say, okay, khalas, this is his French for the 5-6 words. Which is not true actually. But so in the dua we have some problems. You see, that shows you how much the sunnah is not really important enough in our lives. I don't know. But anyways, I'll forgive all of us, including myself. The dua, who knows it then? You know it? Fadal. Beautiful. Astawdi'ullah, this is one of them, by the way. Memorize them, ya akhwan. There's a nice little book called Hisn al-Muslim. Wallah, there's no excuse. You find it in any bookstore for 2 riyals. It says on the back, 2 riyals. Small, and it's available in English and Urdu and every language in the world. The dua of the muqim to the traveler. Astawdi'ullah dinaka wa amanatika wa khawatim a'malik. Wa amanataka wa khawatim a'malik. I leave in the trust of Allah your deen and your trust and the good ending of your deed. That's one dua. What's the other dua? La. This is the dua of the traveler to the muqim. Which is, we will need that. We will need that. The dua of the one. وكذلك جميع المناسك من الإحرام والطواف والسعي والوقوف بعرفة. Similarly, all the ad'iyah related to the various rites of Hajj. From the time you put on your ihram until the circumambulation around the Kaaba, then the sa'i and the wuquf bi'arafah, standing in Arafah. وغير ذلك من أعمال الحج يأتي فيها بما ذكر من الأذكار والدعوات والآداب. He should then apply all of the various ad'iyah which have been mentioned in this regard, and all the various adhkar and the etiquettes as well. وَكُلُّ ذَلِكَ مُسْتَوْفَى فِي كُتُبِ الْفِقْهِ وَغَيْرِهَا فَلْيُطْلَبْ هُنَاك. All of this, however, is detailed in the books of jurisprudence, in the books of fiqh, so go seek it over there. If you want it, go in the books of ad'iyah, the books of Hajj. He's here dealing with the other elements of Hajj, and inshallah ta'ala, if we all remain alive and healthy, next week we'll be dealing with the فصل في الآداب الباطنة والإشارة إلى أسرار الحج. The internal etiquettes and some of the secrets pertaining to Hajj itself. Things to bring to mind during the various ibadat and the various manasik of Hajj. هذا والله أعلم وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد. بارك الله.